Okay, today I'm going to make a video on putting some fender flares on my 2009 Dodge Ram 2500 heavy duty. It's a single cab, basically work truck. See, I've got a tank sprayer in the back. Let me show you why I'm going to put fender flares on this. I bought this, everything looked really good. Then all of a sudden there were some bubbles in the paint. So I started sanding it down, and this is what I found. Nasty. So I went to a body shop and it was going to cost way too much. So what I did was sanded it all down, and then I put some etching primer on it. So it's a work truck. I'm sure it's going to get worse, but I don't want to ride around looking like that. So what I did was, online, I was shocked to see how much, but some nice fender flares. Let me put it down. So these have the pockets in it, and then you put in the little screws. And underneath, you take out a couple screws from the inner fender. We're going to take this screw out. And then there's a screw there, and then one at the bottom. We're going to take those out, put the fender up, bolt it back on, put a couple extra screws in there. Okay, within minutes, we've got the fender put on. Now, it is a work truck, and the one thing I don't like is how the wheels now look like they're in about 4 inches. So what I'm going to do is buy some wheel spacers, get that wheel out, and make it look better. I'm also going to put a 3-inch lift and leveling kit on the front, not the back. I want it even, so I'll make it look good. I'll probably get some bigger tires at some time. Like I said, it's just a work truck. So we got the front one on. Looks pretty good. It'll look a lot better with some bigger tires and lift it up a little bit. Next, we'll try to tackle this backside over here. Okay, we're back for the rear fender. And then what I found researching is why this rear fender rusts out is because of this hole in the bed. Now this fender is a two-piece. There's an inner and then there's an outer. And when the water goes down, it runs in between. So what Dodge did was put a seal, like rubber in there, to bond the two pieces of metal. Well, what they didn't know was that would hold moisture, and moisture in metal will create rust. So I'm about to put the fender on, but what I want to do is clean it off a little bit. Now I know this is a temporary fix, or not a fix, but just a cover up, and I'm good with that. So what I'm going to do is spray some more etching primer on there. I just want to make sure I get any little rust spots. And I'm going to actually go on the back side Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. And here's the etching primer that I'm using. Alright, we got the back one on. And I want to point out a couple things. First thing is this rubber seal. It's right here. It goes against the paint in the fender, or your fender, and then the new fender. It's not bad on the flat surface. But when you get down to here, there's a little curve. And it just doesn't want to fit perfectly. But I'm fine with it because it's a work truck. So now all the rust has disappeared. Now I got a small little dent in the fender. That's going to be my next fix. So we got the driver's side done. Looks better, but like I said, I need to get some bigger tires and get some wheel spacers and get the wheels out a little bit. At least I don't have to look at that rust and customers don't have to look at it. The next thing I want to tackle, this little trailer plug. If you can see inside there, it's just got corroded. So I'm going to cut these wires. I've got an extra one, so I want to replace that next. Okay, I forgot about a couple things. Some of these holes don't line up with the factory holes. So what I did was I went to Lowe's and got some automotive self-tapping screws. And there's a washer, and on the other side of the washer is a rubber washer. Kind of take the vibration out. The other thing, they send all these plastic screws. They don't work. And then there's some clips. But the self-tapping ones, this fender is solid. It's on there. It's not going anywhere. So